Hello, hello. Sandy Ledoux here. Just picking some colors to play around with. For us to play around with tonight. I think it'll be fun. So what do I have here? I have some images that I accidentally printed on photo paper. So it is glossy. See all that glossiness? Hi, Susie. How are you? So I think people will start popping in now. I was a little bit early, I think, just a teeny bit. So let's talk about what we're going to do tonight. So I printed these images on photo paper by mistake. See how shiny it is compared to regular paper? It's got this big shine on it. And I wasn't sure if you could color on photo paper or not. So we're going to try it and see what we end up with. I have not tried this. I do not know if this will work. I do not know if it will look good, but if it really bombs out, I have some of these printed on regular hammer mill paper. So if it's really an epic fail, then we can switch over to hammer mill paper. But I thought we could try it and see, just see if it works. I mean, who knows? I don't know. But when I printed these by mistake, I forgot I had photo paper in the printer, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to throw them away. I want to keep them because I want to make sure they don't go to waste. So I'm going to start off with something simple. It works sometimes, depends on coating. Okay. Well, this photo paper is inclined to pick up pigment, so I think it'll work. Pigment, not dye ink. So I think it'll work, but we're gonna try it and see.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to blend.
To blend on it though? Oh, well, let's see if we can do it. Who knows? So I am gonna be very cautious to start off with lighter colors first. So if I happen to drag any other colors into it, I don't like totally mess it up. So it looks like right now it's just you and I, Susie. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. So I'm going to start, I think my easiest thing would be is to start with this part of the shoe that I want to be white. So I'm going to start with the C3100, and we're just gonna go for it and hope that it works out.
Patsy joined.
Huh?
Patsy joined.
Hi, Patsy. So tonight we are actually we are coloring on photo paper that I have at the house because I accidentally printed this image on photo paper, and I wanted to see if it would work, if it would blend and work if I used the photo paper. So far so good. We have one small area that did okay. And just so you know, if I hold it to the side, you can see it's photo paper. It is not regular paper. So we're going to play around with that and see what happens. I have two in case I want to test out a thicker color or whatever on another one.
Oh, you know, this might actually work better.
You need to speak up so everybody can hear you, baby.
Oh, this isn't actually glossy paper. It is satin paper.
Oh, it's satin paper.
So it might perform a little bit better than glossy because it's satin.
Okay, well, that's even better. This is satin Shiny satin paper.
Because the satin has a tiny little bit of tooth to it.
Good. So we may just find us something new to work with. I have not tried this before. I wanted to try it live with you guys and see how it went. It's good for smooshing oxides. Yes, I bet it is. You have some photo paper. So yeah, so this is actually, do you have the package, honey, that we could show? I'll show you what it looks like.
Because this is the paper we use to do our ephemera on.
Yep, we use this for our ephemera. So Dale left a sheet in the printer when I printed out these shoes, and I just could not throw them away. So I was like, we're going to try this and see if we can make it work. So I'm going to do the shoelaces next. This is the paper that we're using. So it's Koala Ultra Premium Photo Paper Satin. 270G/M2, 72 pounds. So it's pretty thick, it's nice, and it works really well. You've used Brusho pigment powders on it with great success. Oh, that's good to know. Hey, Barbara. So what we're discussing, Barbara, is that I'm using this photo paper to try to color these images with Copics on this photo paper. I know it's a little gutsy because I definitely don't want to mess up my Copics at all. But I feel like I didn't feel like it was going to damage I didn't feel like it was going to damage anything by me trying to do this. So I decided to go ahead and try it. I'm just adding some shadow areas with this E43. And then I'm going to come in with E51 and finish those shoelaces off and see. I mean, it seems to be blending nicely too. It doesn't seem like it's not picking up. I mean, like it is blending. So I kind of like that. I feel like I missed a spot on one of these that I want to go back and add a little bit of that dark to. So I'll show you which one I'm talking about. Well, you can probably see it. It's right there in the middle of the page. But I want some shadow on that one as well. It shouldn't damage the pens. Good. It looks like it's working, and I wonder if it's just going to look so much more shinier and shimmery when we get done doing it on glossy paper, so the glossy printer paper. So who knows, but so far so good. I'll hold it up so you guys can see it, but I thought tonight would be fun to try something different so you can see when I roll it this way the shine from it being like a glossy photo paper. But look, it seems to be doing good. No, I did not stamp it. I had this image that I wanted to print on regular coloring paper, and Dale had extra photo paper still in the printer, so I accidentally printed it on the wrong thing. So I wanted to use it. So I already had all the sentiment. It's a digital image, but I really like it, and my friend over on Happy Crafty Ho Ho, Drea, loves shoes. So I really wanted to do these shoes and just see how they came out. So I'm going to grab a little bit darker gray. So maybe the 6 to do the little part that's holding the shoelaces. I think I'm going to make this, I was thinking about making this a red shoe. Although, if I make it a red shoe, maybe I should make it a pink shoe. But if I make it a red shoe, I'm worried that it might clash a little bit with the flowers at the top. So, pink would probably work better because it would match with more colors for me. So maybe I'll do that. I also think I missed another shoelace. So I'm good.
Joined.
Hey, Tamara. So I'm going to go back in because I think I missed like this little shoelace here and here. And then I missed one of the little areas that goes right there and holds the shoelace. So, hey Tamara, so what we're talking about is this is a photo glossy paper. Satin, sorry. Photo satin paper. See? And I accidentally printed on it, so we're just testing it tonight to see how it would do if I colored on it with Copic markers. I mean, because I just couldn't throw it away. It was so cute. It was a couple of the images I printed out when I was doing that shoe with Drea.
This works, and you work with it with other colors and stuff like that. That really can open up some good possibilities.
It can, I know. And so I'm really excited hoping that it works. Okay, since I'm still deciding if the shoe's going to be red or pink, I think I'm going to go on to the leaves next and do those before I move on to the other stuff. So I think maybe I'll just use, I want to keep it kind of bright, so I think I'll just use satin paper. Sounds fancy.
Tamara, I've been trying to get Sandy to do that card design on Alive.
Which one?
That one that
where the doors open?
Doors open, yes.
Oh, yeah, I haven't. Girl, I have been so busy with the retreat stuff that I haven't had time to figure out what he did. He might have to order some of that paper. Yeah, it's going well. So
I've been printing with that brand Satin for a couple years now, and I'm very, very satisfied with it. It is excellent, durable, and no problems printing.
Yeah, so it works in the printer really well, and I'm not sure that I necessarily need 3 color combination. I think I'm pretty good with 2 on here versus 3, just because I really just need to show a little light and a little shadow, and the fancy, bright, shimmery satin look will help with the rest of it. I don't have to do all the work. That's what I think anyway, and I'm sticking to it. I'm trying to figure out, I think this leaf goes right here and then maybe a little bit behind that. It's hard to tell. A little bit hard to tell. When you don't draw it, sometimes you're not really sure exactly what the artist was thinking when they drew it.
Are you trying to avoid putting your hand on it?
It dries really fast. It dries super fast. So I'm not really worried about that. I would be if it didn't. But it dries pretty fast. Here, I'll test it on this one so you can see. But if I were to go in here and like color this whole leaf like this, like it dried really fast, super, super fast. So I don't think you have to worry about your hand getting on it, because I think it's enough. I think I'm going to change my color. I was going to use 2 colors, but I think I'm just going to go from this one to YG03, because I really only think I need 2 colors. So I think if we just add this little bit of green in here, it'll give us that 2-tone look that we wanted. That I wanted. I think you can't do a whole lot of different stuff on here as far as blending, and like no big saturated blends, because it dries too fast for you to be able to like blend all the colors together. But I do still think
Shalana's asking what image is that?
I won a drawing on Craft Roulette once, and the drawing I won was free digitals from this company. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I have it written in the computer where the images are, so I can look and
Barbara's asking.
let you know. It's this Koala brand ultra premium photo paper satin. So if you want to take a snap of that, says only for inkjet printers. So yeah, that's what we're using. And I think those little leaves look really cute. They look really good. I like them. Okay, so now let's pick some different colors for our little flowers. But I got a bunch of these images and they all have shoes in them. Look, aren't they cute? And there's another one, bigger one with shoes. And then they had some flowers and some different sentiments. And I printed this one and then on the wrong paper. And then I was like, ugh, now I got to switch it out. But I was like, I'm not going to throw it away because I really want to be able to see what I can do with it. So, I have the hiccups.
So it turned into a happy accident.
So it did turn into a happy accident. So I think right now I'm going to go to YR27 for the inside of these little flowers. I'm sorry, I have the hiccups. I don't know where they came from. But I'm going to do dark around the center, like where the petals connect to the center of the little flower. And I'm just dotting it in there. I don't know why. Not because you have to, but just, I don't know. I don't know why. I just decided to do that. I have no rhyme or reason for it. I thought it would be uneven. It would leave me a lot more space. It would make it pretty clear. I zoom just a little bit more so you guys can see just a little bit better. I'm also going to do it on the inside of this one as well. Sometimes I use E18 for this step if I'm coloring on regular paper and I want it to be like a really deep look. But I feel like on this paper, I want it to be really bright. But we'll try more intense blending on the scrap one that I have over there next to me. But this is the one I want to do my final project with. So I'm hoping I don't mess this one up. Hoping. So now that I have the centers in there, I am going to go in and just touch like where the artist put the little dots as close as I can. Maybe add a few more of my own spots I want. Just so we can have like some inside parts there. I think that'll look good. I'm kind of excited about this. I could see now I won't have to be so upset when I print on the photo paper because this satin paper is like, it's way more expensive, isn't it, honey, than buying the hammer mill paper?
Yes.
Yeah, it's way more expensive. So every time I left it in the printer, I was, so frustrated. Okay, now I'm going to come in with, I think, this color yellow. I'm going to check it and see. It might be too close to the YR27 and maybe I'll change my mind. No, I think it'll be good. So I'm going to go in now with this YR23 and try to do in between where those other spots were. Just because I want to kind of fill it in. Make it look kind of fuzzy. It does look a little bit like a fuzzball to me, doesn't it? These ones are so small, you can't really see a whole lot with them. But these other ones, they're much bigger spaces. But so far, so good. I'm liking it. I have some very large areas, but like these parts back here, which also sort of makes me think of like fern-ish kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to use this like olive green color for that one, so it's a little bit different than the bright. So this is YG97, and I'm going to put that, it's going to be the dark center on these little things right here. It would really be a bummer if it didn't dry very fast and you had to worry about your hand sticking into it. That would be a big time bummer, especially for me. Now inside here, I think that's all supposed to be part of the shoe, but I think I'm gonna make it this dark green just to shadow that all out, so you don't really notice those like really deep background areas. I don't really need those to stand out. Like right here. A little bit here. And I think maybe some over here. I mean, you could make that branches and leaves and whatever you want, but I just want mine to be kind of dark, like it's all in the deep shadows of the pretty picture. If in doubt, it's green for leaves, and yes, exactly. In the background, yep. I can say there's a couple of times when you touch it and it feels like the ink just sticks in that one spot and doesn't really move around quite as well as you would like it to. I think I noticed that happening a little bit on here, but nothing that you can't work with when you know you're working on this kind of paper, you know? It's got a weird feel, almost like a, you know, like when you rub your hand on something and it goes stick as you're going along because it's not smooth. That's what it feels like, if that makes any sense. I know it's a little complicated, it's hard to explain, but I found another spot I want to add a little bit more of this green to, so I'm going to put some of this green back in here. What I was most worried about is it making the tips of my marker feel like sticky, because this can't absorb the paper. It's just kind of sitting there, and that's why it dries so fast. And I was afraid it might continue to pick up the ink and cause the markers to be sticky. But I'm not really noticing that too awful much at this point. I'm going to do the little tulips next, and I'm going to make them a bright pink. So this shoe might be, I don't know, might not be pink after all. And I'm kind of trying to color a little bit of not too much shadowy detail, but also enough so we can see if there's going to be a streaky look because of the fact that it dries so fast. Like, how is it not gonna, like, is it gonna mesh together, or is it just gonna sit in streaks? That's what I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know, is it going to work or is it not? It might work, but only on like specific, like I wouldn't do any faces or skin or anything like that. It's weird. It feels weird coloring on this paper though. Definitely a different feeling. But it looks like it's blending okay. This, we're gonna find out now because this is a much lighter pink. So we'll see. I like it. I really like it. I really like it. I think it's neat. Yay, pink. Yep, yay, pink. I'm gonna make all the little tulips pink. I don't know why I do that, but I like to sometimes keep them all coordinated. So we have one up here. I think I'll put a little bit of pink down there, even though I know that that tulip probably didn't go down that far. I think I'm okay with that. Now this pink is pretty vibrant, so I'm hoping I didn't want to do those other little flowers in like white because that would cause a little bit of a problem.
I mean, since the ink isn't soaking into the fibers like it does with hammermill, I mean, I would expect the colors to look more vibrant.
Like more bright and vibrant. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And even if you just do it for special projects, I think it's a neat thing that you can try other than just always on the same paper, always the same thing. You know, I was trying to decide what to do tonight on the live because, you know, we have the new release coming up and I couldn't do that. So I was like, what can I work on tonight? And then I came across these shoes that I've been holding and I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. We're just going to see how it goes. We're working a little slower than I normally color just because I don't know exactly how this is all going to react and respond, and I don't want to assume, oh, the first one's worked, so I'm just going to go crazy. So when I hold it up, you can see a lot of the texture in the petals. I think my light is too bright. Can you turn that light off of me? It's too on me. So you can definitely see the texture in the tulips. So it's not washing it all out. So I like that. That makes me happy. The coating grabs the ink and holds it pretty quick. Yeah, I think you're right. Yes, for sure. All right, so I think we have one more little tulip back here that we're going to try to put some color on. But I think, you know, I haven't seen anyone do this or talk about it. So I know that I took a class where they said on photographs that you get that you could color on them with Copic markers, but the catch to it was you can't do it on print photos that you print like at home because then the black just smears. But if you have them done in a lab, like if you send your photos off to be developed and they come back,
who does that anymore?
I know who does that, but you still can do it at like CVS and Walmart and, you know, Walgreens and whatever. Then you can color, you can take like a whole like black and white photo and just color certain things in it. But what I noticed when I did that was that it would make the ink would smear. Like you had to keep your pen on the paper the whole time because once you lifted it up and tried to put it together, it would just do that smear and lines. It wouldn't give you a smooth look like this one is. So you had to be a little bit careful with doing that. I like this better, that's for sure. But definitely something you can try. I'm trying to put the markers over there that I used and over there that I haven't used. So I think we definitely need like a blue color in here So I for sure need to decide what color my shoe is going to be. So I think I need a blue, like a blue, and I need a blue green, and I need a purple. So I need to decide, is the shoe going to be blue or teal or purple? Maybe we'll do the shoe more of a teal color. Let's do that. And then we'll do the flowers in purples and pale blues or something like that. So I'm going to try BG 18, 15, and 13. And we'll start with 18. And I'm going to work on the shoe, I think, now. So we're going to do it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this whole part right here that's kind of focused around the shoelaces, all in this darker color. Although it doesn't seem to be nearly as dark as it is when you put it on hammer mill paper. Seems like the color is a little bit lighter than I normally would see on hammer mill. Just so the top part's going to have that like really teal blue color on it, and then the rest of it will be a little bit lighter. This is one of my favorite colors, this BG18 for teal, but I'm not loving it on here. I think I'm going to do this little stripe right here that goes kind of across the shoe a little bit as well. All right, teal shoe would match your craft room. BG13 is next. A teal shoe would match your craft room. Ooh, you have a nice looking craft room and the nice pretty teal colors, I bet. It's going to be a little bit brighter of a teal. I probably should have grabbed. It's going to be a very light color. It's not going to be a dark color, I don't think. When we get all done with it, it's not going to be light. I don't know, kind of making this up as I go along. Because why not, right? I mean, we're just playing with this to see what happens. There we go. That's super cool. And I think we need a little bit along these edges, so I'm just going to use this. I know this is usually white, I guess, maybe on a shoe, but mine's going to be blue because that's what I feel like doing. And I kind of want to put a little bit right along this edge where we put this gray, just so it'll stand out a little better when we get done coloring it. All right, now I'm going to switch to, I was going to go to 13, but I think 13 and 15 are really close. So we'll just do this inside part with this one. Yeah, see, they're really, really close. And I need a lighter color. So I'm going to switch to, let's try BG11. I think we'll get a much lighter color with 11. Okay, so we might have a little bit of not blending too well because it already dried right here. Not too bad, but you can't really do the blending like you do on paper with it. So you almost have to make the colors work for you rather than them just doing their own thing. It's kind of cool though, I'm not gonna lie. I like it. It looks like it picked up, see, it looks like it picked up a little bit of the black or maybe the dark the darker teal on the tip of my marker. So I just wiped it off on the paper so I didn't get that mixed in. It might have been the gray from down below, down here. Or the dark teal from right there. It did kind of stay on the nib of my marker. As you can see, it's kind of black on the nib of the marker. But when you color on here, you can kind of wash that off. It's still black on there, but it doesn't color that way. See, it's back to normal. So you don't have to really worry about that at all. So that's good. I think I'm going to put this color up in here a little bit too. I mean, we're going to need a darker color in there, but I kind of like this lighter color in the center. Might need a little bit darker, so maybe I should use this one. We're about to find out what happens if you layer it. Oh, it's okay. It's working okay. On this paper anyway. A little bit in here. So yeah, that worked. That wasn't too bad. That worked pretty well. Now, I'm going to grab the BG10 just because I feel like I need just a teeny bit here, but I don't want it to be too dark. So went just one lighter. That way my shoe can kind of stay like that. But I feel like I need a little bit more over here. I feel like I have like lines right here. So I'm just going to deepen this up and kind of blend it out a little bit. It's just making it go a little bit further. And then using the BG11 on the edges just to soften them up a little bit. It does pick up the ink a little bit. See? It does pick up the other color on your marker. So you would definitely have to be cautious of that happening. But if you don't mind rubbing your marker off on piece of paper, you could be fine. All right, so I use those. Now we need some purple. We need some purple. All right, do we want bright purple? I got it. I know what we're going to do. You love that image? Yeah, I'm going to have to post where I got these because I really, really like them. I just hadn't had a chance to really color them a lot yet. I think I want those bigger flowers to be blue, so I'm going to, no, let's do these bigger flowers because maybe we'll do those yellow. So what I'm going to do, and this is going to cause me to pick up some of the color, is just accent these lines that are in here first. I would say you can't do a lot of blending, but you can still make a pretty image with this. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then I'm going to come in with this V06, which is a little bit more pinkish, and do the center. And then we'll come in with a much lighter color and finish it up. Finish the edges with a lighter color. Because I feel like this will give us quite a variety on our small little flower here. I like it. It looks really pretty. It almost looks perfect just like that. In fact, I think I'm going to change my color from B12 to like maybe V01. So it's much, much lighter. And then we'll just add a little bit of that V01 to the edges so they're not stark white. They're just really, really light. This definitely works on flowers very nicely. What do you guys think so far? Isn't it awesome? I like it. I'm very happy with it. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Now we're going to do 2 more like that. Okay, so starting with our V17. And it seems like I can probably do both flowers at the same time since I'm not technically not really blending them and they're drying anyway before I even get to them. And we'll just do the same thing. This is fun. I like it. I like trying new stuff. I hope you guys like us trying new stuff too. Don't forget, while we're coloring these 2 flowers, we already did one, and so you guys saw it happen already, that tomorrow around 6:30, wait, nope, around, let's do it at 6 o'clock. We're going to do the new release sneak peek. Yes, bright and cheerful. We're going to do the new release sneak peek at 6 Central Time because I don't want to intrude on Craft Roulette that people start watching at 6:30 Central Time. Because I know people like to watch that and I don't want them to have to watch both or miss the live. So it'll be there so you can watch the replay if you want. Or if you miss it and you want to come to the release party, it is on YouTube on the HAPPI Crafty Ho Ho page. We are going to color the new freebie that you will be able to pick up after the after I finish showing you this sneak peek. You'll be able to pick up the freebie, so you can come on Saturday and you'll be able to color it with me. Not gonna tell you what it is though. What time is it with me right now? Well, it's probably somewhere around 8:30. Let's see if it tells me on my phone. Nope. And I don't have, and Dale walked out of the room, so I don't know what time it is. But I started here at 8, so it's sometime around 8:30, 8:45 right now, I'm guessing. So it'll be earlier than these lives are. This is so pretty. I like this combination. It also makes the coloring a little bit easier. It's not as intense or detailed as what we usually do on our regular coloring days. I mean, they're all alcohol markers, Ohuhu and Olo and all them, so I bet they would do the same. But I would be a little bit careful with Olo because there's so much saturation. Like, the ink comes out way more heavily. So you want to be a little bit careful not to get too much on the image. So I would say just be careful if you want to try it with Olo. Oh my goodness, those flowers are stunning. I do think you need to wipe off your light colors though. I did pick up a little bit of purplish color on that one. Oh, those flowers are so pretty. With you is midnight, 6 p.m. with me is midnight for you. Well, that's earlier than you normally come, so it's probably like 2 o'clock in the morning right now with you. Oh my goodness. I'm going to come in here and put a little bit of this lighter green right there. I felt like it needed to be there. All right, so we have one more flower. And do we want it to be yellow or blue? Or like a blue, not a teal. Or no, we don't want to do green. Or we could do orange. We could do orange or blue or yellow. 2:45. So it's probably 8:45 here. So whoever types either blue, yellow, okay, blue it is. Then blue we're going to use. And I think when I say a light blue, I think I'm going to go for this really, really light blue of the high B numbers. So like B95, 93, and 91, just to give us that, yellow is what came to mind first. Yeah, I wasn't sure because this appeared, it's not yellow for the shoelaces, but I wasn't sure if it would be too close to the yellow. So I don't know. We could do a couple blue and a couple yellow if we wanted to. Could do one yellow here and one yellow here and make these 3 blue. No. Let's do that one yellow and that one yellow, and we'll do these 3 blue. Let's do that. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is just put the little lines in this. I mean, you could color these flowers however you want, but since we have so much detail in those, I want these to have a little bit of detail in them. So I'm going to start off with just one, and if I don't like how it comes out, I'll do the other ones differently. B93 is next. So I'm going to do a little bit like around these edges because they're all shadowed back there. So we need to have that a little bit shadowed. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go in between and extend a little bit further on these. That might look really good. It's going to be very soft. Very, very soft blue. So I'm going to use B91 to come in from the other end. Just so we keep the tips of the petals really, really light. And this is where I might pick up some of that other color on there. So before I go back to this one, I'm going to just wipe off any dark I might have picked up. I think I like it like that. It's nice and pale and very light, and that's what I was going for, was a really light pale blue. So now we'll do the other 2 blue ones. Oh, look, there's one right here too. We should do that one blue. I missed all the inside and everything on that one. I almost didn't even see that one over there. So this is the 95 again. And I'm doing maybe 3... just 3 little marks, maybe 4 if it seems like it needs 4, but I think I'm kind of sticking with 3. And then I want to do, so 1, 2, 3. I want to do this one. We are going to put this on a card tonight. But it's going to take the show, so we're not really going to need to do a whole lot of fanciness on the card. Maybe a little bit of bling. But other than that, it's going to steal the show. You think the blue is perfect? Yay! Thank you. Oh, hi, Barbara. Hi, Barbara. Other Barbara. You know, we have Beth 1 and 2. We're going to need Barbara 1 and 2. Okay, here goes our B93. So we need to go around wherever we need a little bit darker shadow, where the flowers are overlapping. Need a little bit darker there, and then we're going to come back over here and do just in between where those other marks are. I will say that while I'm doing this, I am touching extremely lightly on the paper. There's no heavy-handed with this. If you're heavy-handed, you got to practice non-heavy-handed before you do this, because you really need to do it with the light hand. Because it's not going to soak into the paper. So if you're heavy-handed and you use hammer mill, it absorbs into the paper some. That's why you can see it on the back when you color. But with this, it's not going to do that. And I'll show you. It's not going to bleed through because it's sitting on top of the paper and not absorbing into the paper. Since I missed this one, I'm going to go back in with that other color. I'm only going to do 2 on this one because it's so tiny flower. So really light touch. Really, really light. And then I'm back to the 93 for the additional little brush strokes on there. And I don't want to wash out my darker ones, so I have to be a little bit careful with that. It is not picking up on my hand at all. I'll show you when we're done. That I shouldn't have any ink on my hand at all. I had to check. Did you notice I had to check before I said that? Okay, so for this one, coming from the outside into the lighter color, this one probably should have had a shadow up there, but I think we're okay. It'll make it different than the others. Just a little bit. Really light touch. Really, really light touch. They almost look good just like that, too. The colors show up really bright on my new laptop my kids and my husband bought for me for my birthday yesterday. Oh, that's great. That is awesome. Your birthday was yesterday? I knew that. I sent you a message, didn't I? Congratulations and happy birthday. Nothing's better than getting a new laptop. That is amazing. I love getting new laptops. I don't need any right now, though. I have 2 laptops. I actually have 3 with my job, my other job. So I have 3 laptops on my desk all the time. I don't need any more than that. All right. So I need to go back to my YG17 and do these little leaves. I'm going to add a few of those little veins in them myself. Just because I want them to kind of match the other ones. And then I think we use YG03 to color in those little leaves. Because we need those leaves colored to go with our flower. There we go. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to run in here and do the... That's not the right color. Where's my YR27? Here it is. We have to do the inside. Remember, we just kind of dotted all the way around so it would kind of stand out. And then a couple in the center. And then we grabbed our YR23 to finish that center part off. And now that flower matches those 3 flowers. And then we're going to do... I didn't. Shame on me. That is so unacceptable. I am sorry. Happy birthday, Cheryl. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cheryl. Happy birthday to you. See, how you are special. All right, the yellows I picked are Y19, Y13, and Y11. I don't just sing to everybody, that is for sure. In fact, I don't sing very often at all. But happy birthday. Shame on me. I know, bad me. I usually try to catch everybody's birthday. All right, so a few of these, just like we did the other one, I'm going to kind of keep them in the same type of pattern. just about 3 little brush strokes on each petal. Shame, shame, shame on me. I'm still beating myself up. There we go. That, I like that. So that was Y18. And then we're going to use Y13. A little bit of Y13, especially in our shadow. And then just in between our little veiny areas on our flowers. And then we'll come in with Y11. Cheryl knows I love Y11. She's been watching for a very long time. I think we even had like some big discussion about Y11 a long time ago. Here we go. Ah, the yellow looks good, better than you thought. That is successful. Okay, so I'm just going from the edges in just so it's not stark white, although I won't lie, I did think it looked pretty good just stark white, but we're going to add this anyway. Anywho, I think I got a little something on my marker, so I wiped it off on paper. There we go. Oh my goodness, isn't this stunning? My goodness. I really like it. So look at the gloss on that. It doesn't look like I colored it. It looks like a photo of it. That is really, really neat. Now, my question is, this is also photo paper. And I did originally have some red. So let's see how it would go if I tried to blend some dark reds in there. Oh, look, it does good. It blends a little bit, so you don't want to do it too much. And then let's try R24. Let's see. Yeah, I think you could get a really good look out of this. Because look at that. Isn't that pretty? So I don't think the darker colors make that much of a difference. But let's try it while we're at it. Let's just try. I want to get a couple of, I'm going to try Olo. I want to get a couple of the petals done so I can test the white gel pen, because I don't know how well the white gel pen is going to work on, I have them all in different boxes sitting around my desk. Okay. So let's try, I have some dark reds here in Olo, and let's see. I know the Ohuhu will be fine because it works a little bit like the Copic, but these are much more saturated, so no, they're still good. They don't seem to like blob down the ink as much as they do on paper, regular paper. And they do seem to blend the same. They still work on regular paper, so I think I grabbed darker colors. Those are pretty. I tried to stay close to the same color-ish with Olo as I did Copic, but they both look really good. I just picked a little bit darker red on that, on the Olo than the Copic. But they both did just fine. So I'm wondering if my Posco pen would be better than my, I wonder if I haven't used my Posco pen in a while. So I got to get it rolling again. But I wonder if it would be better on there, like, because I'm not a huge fan. Oh, yeah. Let's wait and see if it seeps up the color. Because sometimes when you put it over something that just sits there like that, it just doesn't work quite as well. This one, the ink is always coming out of this one, but let's see what it would look like if it's any different. They both seem to work pretty good. I wanted to test it before I put it on this one. They do pick up the ink just a little bit. Well, on camera, they look a little more pink than white, but in person, they look white. So I think we're good either way, Posco or white gel pen. So I'm going to use the Posco. I want to put a few little dots within this little sunflower-ish, whatever you want to call this, just because I think it will fancy it up a little bit.
Turned out nice.
Turned out very nice, didn't it? Yeah, I really like it. Very happy with how it came out.
And you happy with the blending with like the teal?
Yeah. It was a little more challenging with the teal than with the shoe because I wanted it to be really light and dark than it was to do with the flowers. I really like it though.
It does lend itself to a different stylized look.
It does. It's almost like if you were going to do watercolor versus markers or, you know, something of a different effect. It gives you a different, just something different to do. And look, we even tested, these are the Olos and these are the Copics, so they work just as good with the Olos, aren't bad either. They work really well. I feel like for this image here, we need the colors behind it need to really make it pop. So I feel a little bit like maybe a black matte. And I was going to say white cardstock. I don't normally do white cardstock, but the whites are not the same. So I definitely don't want to do that. So I need to see if I have something to that color. But I feel like if I put this with a teeny black border, it's really going to make the rest of those colors pop. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe not. Not sure what I think about that. But let's see if we can find a teal color. Like that's a pretty good teal color right there. That one's a little bit darker.
Go with the dark. Put the dark underneath.
You like the darker better?
Put the dark underneath and see how it looks.
Or that one. I should zoom out so you guys can really see it, huh? That would probably be helpful. So this one, or I kind of like the darker one, I think. I don't know. The black looks really good. I like the black. I'm happy with the black. Or maybe we could do them vice versa. Like we could do it like this. The darker one. Yep, I agree. Okay, good. That is settled. Look at that. Everybody's saying the darker one, the darker one. Hey, Christina, I was just thinking about you today. I'm so glad you popped on. Okay, so do you think it with them like this, 1 or 2? So 1 is this way or 2 is this way. What do you think? 1 or 2? Or 1 or 2? While you're deciding, I'm going to trim this down a little bit more. And do a little bit from each side. Blue, then black. Sweet. Okay.
Black border on teal.
I got 2 for... Oh, I can't remember which way I set them now. Oh, look at me. Dale, you take a tally. Which one? Because the same.
So far it's the ones.
Yeah, I can't remember. This is 1, right? No, I think 1 was with the teal in front. This was 2. This was 1. Oh, yeah, I think I like 1 better too. Okay, so let's do that. All right, let me cut this one down. I think that having this closer to the image makes it look better. 5 1/4. And then I cut this 1/4 of an inch smaller than that. So I think that'll work. Oh yeah, that'll work perfectly. And then it will mat on this one at 1/4 of an inch. That is a beautiful, I love how it came out, you guys. So those who are popping in, this is not on hammer mill paper. This is
Satin.
on satin photo paper. Satin photo paper. And yes, we colored it with Copics. I am so excited with how it came out. Oh, I hope the glue works. We're about to find out though.
Oh, it works with the ephemera.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, I love how it came out. I am very happy with the results. I'm glad this worked. I was a little concerned since I had taken that class before where you colored on photo paper and it didn't quite work out as well as this did. I know, me too. And like I said, it's dry, so you can wipe your hands across it or whatever you need to do. I'm gonna pop it up just because I think that would be awesome, awesome, and because I have a piece of this already almost cut down to size. Just need to trim it a little bit. I usually eyeball that. I'll save that for later. Perfect. I'm going to fold my card here. These colors are so, but that class was so fun and I love that glitter. Yes, it was very fun. But this satin paper worked better. So Christine, I bet we could print black and white photos on this paper and get a much better result. Than that smeary. Remember when we did it, it had that like if you picked up your marker, you got a more smeary look. And that was a little bit frustrating when you were trying to color something in. So that may be a good alternative for that process we were talking about. I think I have those photos. I'll look and see if I have them handy right over here. We can test this out, but I can show you what the difference is. Really, I missed the beginning, so I will have to get the deets from you on the paper. Oh yeah, we showed it. We showed the packaging a couple times, but see how it's like a photo, glossy like a photo? And then we just colored on it with our Copics and got this very bright, stunning, like, card. Yes, you left the class with multicolored hands. And we showed these dry super fast. So you don't have to worry about that. In fact, I was going to show my hand when we were done so everybody could see that I didn't get any, see? None on my hands. So the whole time we colored it, we didn't have any problems with that. I am going to put some bling on that. I think it'll be good. Bling on that will be great. Let me see if I have those photos paper here handy. I know I saw it the other day and I was like, oh, I need to do that. I need to do that. I need to do that. All right, one more spot to look, and if it's not here, we'll have to do it another time because I don't know what I do with it. I'll look at here one more time. Yep, I must have moved them somewhere else. I don't know what happened to them. They're here somewhere, honestly. I just don't know where. But we can look at that another time. But it does work really good on this paper, so you don't have to worry about that. You left the class of multicolored hands. That's so funny. You know what? I was going to use this bling, but I think I'm going to use the expensive bling, the Swarovski bling, because I got a few new colors when I went to the expo, and I got some teal-ish color. Nope, it's more blue. Oh, I got this one though. This one will probably look really good, I bet. This one is more of a blue, less of a teal. So let's do this one. I bet this green will look good. It's like a, almost like what I would think a peridot color would be. You know, like a greenish color. Really, really pale. But these sparkle more, and this card is so awesome that it needs to have special bling, I think. Hey, Mama, you made it home okay? Mom spent the afternoon with me. Look, Mom, we colored on satin paper tonight, and it came out gorgeous. I love it. Whoops. Oh yeah, this card is so pretty. I really, really like it. Can you tell? Can you tell? I'm excited. I will definitely color on this again. And I think I have even one more image that is, that was on the photo paper that I didn't even bring out here tonight. But, oh, here it is. So this one is on it too. It was a full sheet, so I cut it down. This one was in it. So I have this one too. So yeah, a bunch of tennis shoes, all in different ways. I just love them. And I'll put I'll look it up, the place that I got these, and I'll post it in the group when I post this photo. I'll tell you where I got the digital stamps from. So you guys can go pick them up if the shoes are your thing. She had a bunch of other stuff that was super cute as well. But the shoes and flowers were what grabbed my attention. And like I said, I won that gift card from Craft Roulette, so this is what I got with it. But I do like them. They are really pretty. I like that bling because it's really shiny. See how shiny it is? So it goes really nice with this. It sparkles the whole time you're moving it. So here's up close and personal. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. See the beauty in everything. And it is so vibrant. It is super uber vibrant. If the shoe fits, that's right. So, I hope you guys like that. Hey, let's show that paper one more time. Do you still have that thing handy, honey? So, if you didn't take a picture of what this is called, I'm going to show it to you again one more time. Koala Ultra Premium Photo Paper Satin. 72 pounds. It's pricier, but for special occasions and different different ways to use your markers, this is a great option. And it is shiny, so it looks, you can wipe on it. It looks like a photograph. It doesn't look like you colored it. So it's a really, really good trick of the eye. You have that one? Woohoo! Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you liked the class. I hope you liked hanging out with me. I hope you will come back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time for our sneak peek of the new release. And you won't want to miss it. I'm telling you. And then Saturday, we're having a release party at Happy Crafty Ho Ho on YouTube. And there will be prizes. And this is how you spell it. Oh, I should write with black because you probably can't read that. Let me write it out in black. Hold on. So find Happy Crafty Ho Ho on YouTube. Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Saturday, that is our party. Tomorrow is the sneak peek, and Saturday is the party, and there'll be a digital image that I will make live after the sneak peek tomorrow that's free that you can print out and color with me at Happy Crafty Ho Ho. Yay! Can't wait to see you guys then. Don't forget, this will be on YouTube if you want to watch it again later once you get yourself some paper. Thank you for joining me. I love you guys. And happy birthday. I'm so sorry I missed it, Cheryl. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. And you'll be able to see me and not just my hands. Good night.